Today we're learning one of the most powerful techniques in all of Aikido, and the only thing you'll need is a finger.
I was just kidding! Come on!
Alright. All jokes aside, hear me out. There are actual finger techniques known as Yubi Waza, and they are super overpowered for Aikido. Let's watch the intro and I'll lay it all down. I say this as a person who's been training Aikido for a decade and has been on the receiving end of this technique countless times. Finger locks work.
It's a finger!
Give it down.
They can stop an attacker in their tracks and can help you buy time to chain other techniques together. Now, I won't blow smoke up your cheeks and say it's the highest percentage technique ever, but if you manage to catch your opponent off guard with one, they can be very effective, even on larger opponents. With a technique so versatile, you would think every Aikido dojo would be training them, right?
That's not entirely accurate.
Unfortunately, that's not how it crumbled cookie-wise. They're actually exceedingly rare in the Aikido scene. It's a shame because finger locks and Aikido mesh so well together.
They went together like lamb and tuna fish.
So why? Why are techniques like this so far and few between? Well, to answer that, we have to turn back the clocks and dive into some of Aikido's history. Humor me here. Just ruminate while I illuminate. It'll all make sense in a moment, and you can take that to the bank.
I'm gonna take you to the bank, the blood bank.
Yes, back to the 80s, the golden era of action films. Steven Seagal bursts onto the scene to introduce audiences to the Japanese martial art of Aikido. Bad guys had bad hair, members-only jackets, and calcium deficiencies. Ugh. Now that's what I call a disarm. Sorry, not the time to be cracking jokes. Okay, I'm just gonna leave the one-liners to the professionals.
Now you're a good cop.
Yeah, it's more like it. Throughout his career, Seagal popularized several trademark techniques, among which were finger locks. Lots of finger locks. But he didn't invent these techniques. He was standing on a well-trodden path, walked by a long line of practitioners dedicated to martial effectiveness.
Perfect.
The techniques they passed down were remnants of those used on the battlefields of centuries past. You see, in those days, training was a matter of life and death. The sole purpose of technique was to defeat an opponent as efficiently and quickly as possible. Modern Aikido, on the other hand, focuses more on self-development, and generally considers the severity of the old ways to be unnecessary.
What could be more necessary?
Because of this shift, the old methods are going the way of the dodo. While it's true that Aikido is no longer about waging war, it's not a dance either. By all means, train the way that floats your boat. But in my humble opinion, serious practitioners should recognize Aikido's martial origins and work to preserve its integrity. It's about balance. Okay, so a bit long-winded, but the point boils down to this. The hardcore techniques are a hard sell to the Way of Harmony crowd that makes up a large base of Aikido. But I'm here to encourage you to embrace the dark side once in a while. End of rant.
Enough talk!
Alright, you heard Arnie. It's time to do the damn thing. Let's talk setup. If you're a beginner, have your hands up at all times. Just trust me on this, life's better this way. Setup's good, now let's get into the form. Yubi Waza works for any type of shove, grab, basically any time the fingers are exposed. The moment the hand opens up, you have a split second to capture. It doesn't matter what fingers you get.
It doesn't matter!
Grab firmly and cut down, pointing their finger towards their elbow. You have decent pain compliance here. You see, he finds it difficult to get up, but it won't be enough to hold them here. That's why it's super important to get off at an angle where it's safer. From here, you simply choose a technique. If you prefer practical, you have a decent position here. You can take their back, you can strike, you can arm drag them all the way down to the floor. It doesn't always have to be a grand flashy technique to be effective. With that being said, here's some grand flashy techniques to try out. For transitions, play with rotating the fingers and you can start to open up other techniques. Get the elbow pointing up, boom, sankyo. Turn side by side, you guessed it, kotagaishi. You can also enter straight in and attack the neck. Nikyo leads right into finger locks if you peel the fingers off like so. Give those a try. Now, with these locks, be careful and respect the tap. Most of us have day jobs that require functioning fingers.
My fingers hurt.
What's that?
My fingers hurt.
Oh, well, now your back's gonna hurt because you just pulled landscaping duty.
And make sure to take all of this with a grain of salt, guys. I'm far from an expert, just a random goober on YouTube.
Great, it's just some random guy.
Hope you enjoyed the video. If you made it all the way through, you're a real one. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.